second match between Nextgengamer9 and Sonic1126. Numbers are still a thing. I am the Great Pigman, and I'm here with Jacob G as co-commentator.
Hey, this is gonna be fun.
Definitely. Will it be a nice victory for next gen, or will Sonic make it a tiebreaker match? I suppose only time will tell.
Literally.
Yes.
So we got 3 possible items to start with. Is it going to be Morph Ball, Missiles, or Speed Booster?
I have my bet that it's probably either missiles or speed. Morph is like a very rare thing to come across in difficulty 2, because difficulty 2 adds speed booster to the roster of starting items.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that to take into consideration.
So the first few days I saw a lot of Speed Booster, and past day or two I've seen a lot of Missiles. So I think I'm gonna guess Morph Ball start today.
Well, we didn't have one. Not much at like the third or second race today.
Yeah.
Maybe even the third one. I could be forgetting. But there's definitely not out of the possibilities to get a Morph Ball start.
Must have been the second one. I believe the third one was Missile Start, with a Morph immediately after, because you have to have a Morph to escape Arachnus' area.
Time to see how long my bucket is again. Yeah, there's been quite a few things that have changed. That the brackets and predictions are getting undeterred.
Alright, so bear with us while we increase the suspense to maximum.
Maximum suspense.
There we go. Yeah, I think Hercules was trying to stream and organize the tournament at the same time. And oh wait, no. Okay. No,
something
he's offline.
Something in real life.
Okay.
We're not gonna say
that makes sense too.
We're not gonna say it in here because that would be an invasion of privacy. And we respect that, especially for our tournament organizer. We will be starting any memento.
So, well, we can just let people assume his house was on fire. We'll go with that. So they're about to be off. Cool.
At some point in time, it will start scrolling on our restream. The suspense is killing me. I'm actually dreading for it.
Oh no.
There we go. Somebody's gonna make the puns around here.
And off we go.
Pausing just to sync the timers. And we're off to the races.
Next gen with the speedrun knowledge is a little bit faster coming out of the dialogue. Thankfully, pretty much the only dialogue they're gonna have to worry about the entire seed.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like next gen with the I believe that's referred to as the Herc climb these days, and Sonic with the Scotty climb. There's also a slightly slower and harder climb where you just do wall jumps the entire way up, starting from the bottom left corner. No real reason to do that, but it is swaggy.
Yeah.
Yes, for Shomaru.
It's vanilla. What a twist!
Oh. Missile data acquired. So these matches typically go between half an hour and an hour and a half, really depending on where that last item winds up. Second item is winding up right here in Morph Ball, as Morph Ball. Third item is High Jump. Wow, already pretty solid movement. These players are going to have a fairly easy time just getting around the sector now with High Jump.
Ghidorah not being very kind to Sonic.
I wonder if any of them will gamble on skipping Arachnus, because it is a bit of a lengthy fight, and especially with only 10 missiles. In the case of Next Gen Gamer, he has only 8 missiles. Actually, yeah, because you do need to burn a missile to get to the other E-Tank back here, as Sonic is doing. So this is pretty much a 100% style fight where you have fewer missiles than any percent because of having to... No, actually, no, then you get... Wait a second. There's 2 missile tanks, so... Math is hard.
Math.
It's low percent, I think. Less than low percent.
Very Oops.
Wow, it's a good thing they didn't skip that.
I mean, they could if they wanted to. It would just mean Varia's Sector 6.
Yeah. Also with like other damage runs, it could help a little bit as well, I believe.
Another E-Tank. More health for any potential lava pit ones.
Yeah, we tend to see a lot of E-Tanks really early on. It's pretty interesting. Despite Varia often finding its way into the item pool early, or like mid-game. I guess there are 20 E-Tanks to pick up, but it just seems like such a high concentration of E-Tanks in the beginning.
Next gen heading into Sector 2. Likely to unlock level 1 doors and possibly find anything in cargo room. And it's more health.
All right.
both our runners in the same area, wanting to get level 1 doors out of the way.
So this is going to be quick for Next Gen Gamer, having that speedrun experience. You can. They are opting to use regular shots, though. I'm a little surprised by that. You could use missiles and actually kill those Zoros while running through them.
Yeah, 2 missiles are at the very least faster than shooting like a couple of regular shots. Granted, you do have the issue of having to refill at some point or another, but if it happens, it happens.
Yeah, so with these, with the current randomizer, I believe all the door unlocks are going to be vanilla. In this particular, in the tournament settings, they're kind of they're not separated. So like if you unlock later doors, you will also unlock the earlier doors along with them. Decoupled, I guess.
Ooh,
I don't know. Plasma beam, nice.
Early plasma. There I go, messing with the tracker again. Despite having a tracker here, my bad. So used to just tracking. Might be a gravity hunt or a charge beam hunt, depending on whichever item they find first.
So let's see just how loaded Sector 1 is going to be here. It tends to have a lot in this version of the randomizer.
Yeah, the first few sectors may have front-loaded items which could easily help make or break the runs, depending on the seed that is generated. Here we see a little bit of divergence from Sonic as he's going to check one spot in Sector 3.
This spot is in logic, so it's not a bad play per se. Super missile data downloaded.
Ah yes, the data downloaded in Sector 1 on the way to another stabilizer. Very good spot. That's my favorite spot in the whole game, actually. And there was charge beam.
Wow.
So it looks like it's going to be a gravity hunt. That easily solves that question.
So super missiles aren't strictly required to beat the game, so they're not even on the tracker, but they do increase the damage by 20, whereas base missiles do 10, so it's 30 damage per shot currently. It's going to save a lot of time on cores.
Mm-hmm.
And save a lot of resources as well. Early on, ammo management could be an issue.
Yeah, definitely, especially with just 10 missiles.
Even more goodies, we get Screw Attack.
Boy, can't wait for him to echo the wrong spots, but that's what happens when you get an item like that sometimes. It just opens up too many possibilities, and your routing might just be a little bit astray just because of it. Let's
Maybe.
hope it doesn't accidentally fall into Woody's area.
It is a possibility. Unlikely. You don't have a reason to spin jump there, but some people might just on accident.
Sonic acquiring dance supers.
And it looks like Next Gen is safe. Didn't fall down. Good job. Yeah, another major power bomb data. Ooh, that's especially bad. That's opening up way too much of the game.
Definitely.
I mean, their gravity suit could absolutely be power bomb locked, so it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it definitely makes the players groan a bit. Power bombs
yeah.
are almost always available. So
They do need bombs to use main PBs though, so it's just.
Oh, that's a good point.
It's just there for the time being.
Yeah, thanks to chat for pointing that out. That they definitely need bombs to logically access any power bomb areas anyway. So in fact, they if they get gravity first, they might not need bombs at all. It's entirely possible.
Charge core given an E-tank. And there's another major. Speaking of bombs.
Oh, well, there you go.
So Sector 1 has had plenty of stuff to give. Which means that Sector 4 is probably the only other option where... No, wait, there's still 3 to 5 connected that may have speed booster. That's an option that Next Gen could definitely check. It's just slightly one more option than the other sector, which has a little bit more to check now that bombs are in his inventory, but still a nice train of thought to possibly have when routing. Sonic acquiring bombs at last. And Next Gen is... Oh yeah, Sector 2. I keep forgetting.
It's interesting.
There's a lot more that he can definitely check, at least.
There is, yeah. I'm somewhat surprised they're not just unlocking the level 2 doors, but there's...
They don't have speed
not
booster.
Necessarily. Oh, yeah, no speed booster. Good point. So I'm a little less surprised now.
Heading down below the Sector 2 data room. With his current equipment, Next Gen might be tempted to fully clear Sector 2 while he's at it. Just because he has the means of getting out just fine.
Sure is nice having Screw Attack early on. With so many bomb blocks you could just immediately blow up.
Definitely.
Takes, what, like 3 seconds for a bomb to explode? Thereabouts? 2.5 maybe? I forget the frame
Sonic
data.
also heading back into Sector 2.
Not to mention all the enemies.
Yeah, definitely save some time trying to just kill them. Just a much more better option since shooting can take a little bit longer, and despite having plasma, it usually is just better to just screw attack every enemy in your path. Sonic checking the Sector 2 to 1 connector. And a power bomb tank. What's a nice check regardless, because there have been majors there before. Nothing in Oasis that next gen could find. Sonic opting to check Combo City with the screw attack. It definitely helps to definitely check Combo City, because there's always the slightest chance that a major may or may not be there. And speaking of majors,
that's not the major they wanted. Without wide beam, that is a very wiggly noodle.
definitely Sonic now has to notice that there's no need to check Combo City once they find Space Jump. So it saves them time in the long run, despite it being a bit of a waste of time to check there. And the zombie had a power bomb. Sonic heading down the normal path through Sector 2 to reach the lower half.
So unsurprisingly, they're not going. Next gen is not going to be checking the speed highway. While it may or may not have majors, we won't really know because it totally doesn't. They won't be able to get it, and there's kind of no reason to check it if speed booster is one of the few things you're looking for.
Next gen not opting to check, well, Notorious, although he might be going through it normally with PBs. That he's probably confident there's nothing much up there.
I'm surprised to see people going up to bomb the block above when the lower block is already destroyed. It is easier to roll out the top side, but you could also just springball out of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Or unmorph and grab the ledge.
They probably don't know that. It's just easier to just fall back on them.
It's just, it's timing. Like if you fail to spring ball, then you kind of look like a fool just falling down.
Or it depends if there was a major in that spot there. Sonic not going to fight Suzabi. Although he may be unaware of what he has, we definitely know what Suzabi has. Sonic remembering that he had power bombs. Always a nice reminder. Sonic's not often detected top either.
And they could check it after coming out of here, but they might not. Hopefully they don't forget it. It's or maybe hopefully they do. I don't think it was anything anyway.
Well, Next Gen didn't go up there, so we never got a peek at what was there.
They are remembering it. Okay.
At least we'll see what's up here, even if it may be just one item.
Just power
and
bombs.
a power bomb. Great.
But peace of mind at least. Man, if it were vanilla speed booster, that would be... Oh, well, it's not.
Almost.
I was gonna say, they probably wouldn't get it for a long time.
But now they do.
But the speed booster being... Yeah, the speed booster being there is wildly different because that's what you actually... That's the play you actually make. Like the reasonable play to make when you don't have speed. Even with speed, I see a lot of players trying to skip Ceres entirely.
Yeah, it definitely is weird that there's some vanilla mechanics that don't see the light of day because a story has suddenly been added that makes item requirement a lot more different than, say, Super Metroid. Oh, speaking of majors. Ooh!
Oh, okay, that's really good.
That's go mode, is it not?
Let's see, with that ice missiles that Next Gen Gamer just got, well, they don't... With Screw Attack, I guess they don't need ice, do they?
No, not really. They could just leave via the 4-2 secret connector. All Sonic really needs is just Speed Booster, and he's pretty much good to go.
Oh, and Next Gen is actually going to Ceres.
Not making a save. Don't know when they last saved.
Doesn't... With the super missiles, they should be alright. You're gonna get a red X refill at the eye door as well.
The items to beat the game are charge, plasma, missiles, and level 4 unlocked. Those are basically what you need, but obviously there's space jump or high jump to actually trigger the SCX fight. Because while screw attack is possible to single wall jump up there, it's not in logic.
Yeah, not yet. Maybe next version. I'm a little surprised that's hard-coded as a requirement. I forget, what was it they even need ice for? Is it just something that would be helpful or something?
Well, if they wouldn't have...
They would need it without screw, right? Oh.
If they didn't have high jump in Sector 2, it would be a nice thing to freeze the cocoon enemies there. Sonic not making a save, but he has... making a save now.
They are still looking for items. Not entirely sure what else they want.
Whoa, all Nextgen needs is gravity suit.
Which
and all Sonic
passed. Next gen, please.
No, it looks like he's not checking it. This might give Sonic ample time to find out what Speed Booster is.
Right.
Even though he literally saw well it was on his way up here.
Yeah, chat reminded me Sonic does in fact still need Speed Booster. Just because we know where it is doesn't mean that they have it. So unfortunately, it seems Sonic isn't entirely aware that the charged wave, even charged plasma wave beam, I believe less damage than charge beam on its own. I think it takes 3 shots.
Ooh, shooting it the wrong way doesn't really help. Almost gets it.
Ceres has 50 HP, if I remember right, and the normal charge beam shot does 10 damage per part, and it fires in 2 parts, and the flare damage does an additional 6, so it does 26 damage for a point-blank shot if you hit with all parts.
So thankfully, Sonic is not soft-locked because he has gravity suits. He could easily leave the way he came. And now that he knows that the meter is there, he can go back to it without the water hindering him.
The plasma beam actually makes the beam a singular shot, so I think it does more damage per part, but wait, no, because it's plasma beam, and since it does damage per frame, it actually does less damage per part. I think it's 7 damage per part in vanilla, if I'm not mistaken. But the fact that it's only 1 part means it will do significantly less damage than the 2 parts of a regular charge.
Yeah, Plasma can only hit Ceres on the frame because he becomes invincible with Speed Boosted, which Sonic now has. He can pretty much go and beat the game now. Doesn't need to unlock level 2, just can go straight to 5 via the 3 to 5 connected.
What if Samus started speed boosting as soon as she was hit?
That would make for an incredibly awkward gameplay.
Wouldn't it? Man.
Looks like we have a box fight on our hands.
Just uncontrollably flailing wildly around.
Nextgen has plenty of missiles, so it shouldn't be that much of an issue killing it very quickly.
Well, you have to actually hit it.
Yeah, true. Thankfully, plenty of puzzles.
There it goes.
There it goes. And more missiles. Although to be fair, Nextgen has not found Charge Beam yet, so he would have to be just one item away from Go Mode if he just found Gravity. Charge is in Sector 3. It's in this room that Sonic was in. Sonic's just making sure that there was not a major dam.
And without space jump, successfully jumping that pit, not soft locking today.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it wouldn't be a soft lock because you could leave to the left with wave beam they have.
I don't think that's how that works.
Wait,
but
no.
no, they would be soft locked.
Yeah, level 3 doors are not unlocked. That's right. I was just thinking of the gate. I forgot the door itself isn't open.
Yeah. And it seems Nextgen is on his way to Charge Beam. So it's going to be a gravity hunt for him. There he is. Yeah, that sometimes happens that side hopper could be stuck in that spot and glitch into the wall. It's very awkward, and I'm not sure what quite causes that exactly.
That was my fault. I'm sorry. So we got level 4 doors unlocked on Sonic's side. Along with now, since level 4 doors are unlocked, that unlocks all of the doors.
Basically. I would quite highly recommend to open level doors as soon as possible once you have a means of getting out of 4, because it saves time on having to go to Sector 3 to unlock 2, and especially saves the time and trouble to go down to level 5 and unlock level 3 doors.
Yeah, that's generally a good idea. However, in the tournament, I've seen a lot of players kind of luck out and put it off level 4 doors and check a few extra things beforehand and wind up with their actual go mode. But in this case, they already had go mode before they even entered Sector 5.
Yeah.
Nextgen taking a bit of a... Actually, I don't even know if this really is a risk with high jump and... Well, maybe.
They'll still have the means of getting through, so they're fine.
Yeah, they could always leave.
Once they unlock
the
level
entrance.
3. Oh, and there's Ice Beam.
Yeah, Ice Beam is nice. It's not speed. It's not
Gravity suit.
Gravity suit, yeah. Well, now, if you freeze water, then it wouldn't necessarily be liquid anymore.
That, in layman's terms, is a solid.
Yeah, it might be a pretty solid plan.
So we're not going to be quite done with Next Gen Gamer and Sonic, especially with ooh, that's a spot formation. Especially now that this is going to be Sonic's first win against Next Gen.
Uh-oh.
Getting the very well main deck recharge room. Quite a spot for that whipper to be. Still makes it feel regardless.
One thing I like to do is I like to jump up into that tunnel and just like crouch and wait for the Ripper to be in position. It's easier to align it. And
Wow.
diffusion missiles for next gen.
Diffusion is all the way in here. That's quite a spot.
Oh wait. Oh, charge wave fires in 2 parts. Huh. Okay. So that's But I still think it would be a downgrade because it's less damage per frame. Yeah.
Ooh.
So on the SAX, it gets invincibility frames as soon as you shoot it, unless it's frozen. So if you were to keep it frozen, you would get a lot more damage with the plasma beam. But without freezing it, you do considerably less damage than standard charge beam, which you can't even hit it with anyway. So you just kind of you get a slow fight if you try to fight it the regular way.
Sonic doing his best to get some yellow X before. Ooh, oh! Well, thankfully he's safe nearby, so this doesn't take up too much time to get back up there.
Yeah.
And now, Sector 5 is spoken for Next Gen.
A reasonable play knowing this recharge room is here. It's good game knowledge. I'm going to be able to... Gonna have more health to deal with the SAX this time.
Definitely. Although one could be lucky and get a red X from that power bomb X gate.
I wonder what the odds of that are. Is that 50-50 or is it like 10%? It's a pretty high percent relative to regular enemies.
Probably, I can't really tell off the top of my head. Would be nice to have for future knowledge at the very least.
For normal enemies, red X is a 1 in 1024 chance.
Oh, the screw attack bumpings! That's gonna...
I don't recommend it.
Not recommended. Oh!
So
get death by dad.
Yeah, you kind of want to fight the SAX. If you're doing it this way, you kind of want to have the SAX land right in front of you, and then you jump over it as you shoot it, and that will then it won't jump in time to actually hit you. It'll jump behind you. Whereas if you're shooting it from a ways away and then you try to jump over it, you're just going to jump into each other.
Next gen is heading into Sector 6 via the back way. Space Jump may be here somewhere, but... Well, Space Jump or White is yet to be found, so... If Next Gen can find White Beam, that would definitely help against the SCX. It'll definitely help with Omega too, because now that he has Ice Beam, it's not going to be the Wave Plasma combo. It's just going to be it's just going to be ice wide, which will definitely still help in stunning Omega Metroid. Ooh, not doing too well. Oof. It's a good thing next gen is still on the hunt for gravity, else this could be way closer than expected. I still believe Sonic could still make up for his deaths before next gen could find gravity. Sonic could die 10 more times to still win. You never know. However, next gen is off to fight Mega Corex.
There are definitely parts of this randomizer where it helps to have practice with the vanilla game, and sometimes the practice doesn't help at all. Just in terms of like routing and having obscure loadouts for rooms.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sonic
here's a
gives you the
strat.
opportunity of freezing the SCX to get away from it. Definitely helps. Especially since lore-wise, the SCX is basically the Super Metroid Sprite of Samus, just shrunk it down to fit the graphic standards of the Game Boy Advance. And since it's basically the various suit, it starts out almost as quick as regular enemies don't tend to freeze out that quickly. The SCX is the only one that logically can freeze a little, can stall out a little faster. And another death. I still believe it's Sonic, he could do this.
Yeah, that was a creative fight. This good heads up thinking for you just gotta sharpen up that strat a little bit more. Kind of know when you want to freeze it. Oh, that certainly helps.
Yeah, an energy tank to refill and not waste time and recharge room definitely helps. Speaking of space jump, we've been hinted at it long earlier, and there it is. Saving the animals, possibly? Or just more eatings.
All right, that's something. I think that'll probably be enough.
Yeah. There's at least it's possibly a good amount to fight SCX with. Especially for Sonic, that he'll need all the health he can get. Next gen is heading towards the main deck to see if gravity suit is up there somewhere.
It's tough to see people missing one check in an early sector and having it come back and bite them later. That's the nature of the randomizer races.
Mm-hmm.
Like, more casually, I think a lot of people would be more thorough, and they would be more likely to not leave checks behind you.
Narrowly dodging that ice beam. Ooh. Ooh. With all the screw attack hits that are happening between Sonic and the SCX, a little bit of a fun fact, it's actually impossible to kill the SCX with screw attacks because I believe
not entirely true. It's not possible to kill it with exclusively screw attacks, but it does damage.
Yeah. It's just that since both you and the SCX are hitting each other, it deals damage to both you and it, so not a real viable strategy.
Yeah, I think someone mentioned it was like 22 E-tanks worth of damage that you would need to tank.
Yeah, and in all Metroid games you have like 20 E-tanks. I don't think it may be 20 for all of them, but I know in this one it's definitely 20. But Sonic finally manages to defeat the SCX and is on his way out of the BSO station.
In Super Metroid, it was 14 E-tanks. I believe that was in Zero Mission as well, also 14. In the original Metroid, it's kind of weird. You have a maximum of 6 E-tanks, but there are 8 E-tanks in the game, and the last 2 just serve as health refills.
I see. That's why you need to know your Metroid, folks, so you don't make mistakes like I do in thinking that if a game has 20.
You might be thinking about Zelda, where almost all games have 20 heart containers.
Probably. And it's not a wide beam on Yakuza.
I believe Other M has 9.
Level wow, that's 30. Wow. That's a lot of health for Link.
Yeah.
2 minutes to destination.
Sonic was wanting to hit in one strategy.
Yeah, this is going to be tough.
Wide or Ice Beam definitely would have helped ease the process a little better.
I think if you get backed into a corner, I forget if you can dodge the swipe at all. I think you can morph under it in the very far corner.
I'm not sure. Seems to be doing quite alright though.
Getting closer. Just one more section of health left, I guess. Just like, what, 5 more charge shots, pretty much.
Looks like next gen is heading
there
towards
we
the
go.
toy.
There it is. GG's for Sonic.
60 seconds, that's quite about the shortest time we've ever seen it in the tournament so far. And Sonic, the fastest being alive, has escaped BSO research station. Almost 50 minutes exactly.
And Next Gen gets that, is taking down the plasma core and is now knows he has lost the match and has just forfeit. GG's.
GG's.
I don't want to talk about it.
Hello.
Okie doke. Well, that was GG's.
GG's.
I guess this interview over. See you guys later.
I'm very embarrassed about that. And on top of that, my hand hurts a lot from smashing my desk.
Yeah. How about you, Next Gen? Do you want to talk about it?
It was a good seed, but it was kind of unfortunate because when I realized we got so many majors early on, I was kind of like, oh, this one of those seeds where I'm just going to have to play the item lottery and hope I win.
Yeah,
I guess I
speaking
won
of
that lottery.
yeah, speaking of item lottery, so you were a bit less thorough than Sonic was. You skipped a few checks that were in the earlier sectors just for the sake of time. Unfortunately, one of the checks you skipped was the power bomb check in Sector 4, which had the gravity suit.
That was as soon as I saw the check that made me the angriest was Speed Booster, because I always do that check before I go and fight Ceres, always, and it was the one time that I didn't do that check.
So Jagger, what makes it so much worse? I thought about doing that check, but then I just decided, I think I'm gonna be brave and skip it.
Ooh.
That hurts. That
Too close to the sun.
So that I basically ruined myself there, unfortunately.
Like it was
was
flying close to the
sweating.
sun.
That the last, like, I think I died maybe was it 4 or 5 times that I died at SAX?
I think 4.
I think 4. At the last time, I'm so happy that those last 2 checks were E-tanks. Because if those weren't E-tanks, there was no way I was going to be able to do it.
And then you survived with 228 health at the first phase.
Yeah. I've never fought SAX without a wide beam or ice beams, or something a little more powerful than what I had. So at least I usually have at least 10 E-tanks before I go in there, just because that's what the seed usually gives me. So I was very not used to doing SAX like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a big part of that strategy that you were trying to do is that when you're shooting it, you kind of want to be up close to it. Not necessarily for the extra damage for flare, but also like as soon as you shoot it, you can jump over it before it jumps, and then it'll just jump behind you.
Right. That was
spaced out a little too far.
Unfortunately, normally SAX, at least when I fight them, is not that jumpy. I've never had an SAX that jumpy.
Yeah, it is kind of 50-50 whether it jumps up or just straight forward.
But yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. Glad to move on.
Yep.
Yeah, we were nervous on the Mega Metroid fight too. Without
I was
White
too.
Beam, that's awful.
I was very, very worried, especially when he got very close to me and left me no room on the edge. But I just, after SAX, I just took a deep breath and like, okay, I can do Omega, no problem. It's getting the pattern for that. SAX is the hard thing for me.
Yep.
All right. Well, see if I can get my end game time here.
Ah, yes. It'll probably be significantly shorter.
Yeah, I imagine. And I actually think this is the first seed that I didn't reset. I didn't have to do a reset.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there could have been times where you did, like, just resetting very quickly after killing Ceres to just go back and get that major behind the problem stuff.
I had thought about that's why I did that save, because I wasn't sure if it was going to be faster to run back with everything that I had or just to reset. And at the moment, I knew that check was going to be Speed Booster, and I don't know why I didn't reset. I should have thought to reset, but it was kind of just on my mind to go get it.
Well, that concludes the randomizer tournament for today. We got quite a lineup for tomorrow and Sunday.
I just saw who my losers bracket opponent is next, and I had a good tournament run.
Who do you have next?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to play Scotty next.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Yeah,
That's
that's why I said that.
Yeah,
that's
GG.
gonna be something.
Well, at
Uh,
least you don't have to fight Autumn.
That's
This is
true. I
right-
mean, Autumn beat him, so
Yeah, this is randomizer, so I'm just kind of thinking, well, you never really know. Stuff can happen.
yeah,
Yeah.
you that's 50-50 at this point. That's the great thing about randomizer. Okay, I'm gonna cheat here because this is too slow. We're gonna speed things up a bit.
Oh no.
Sonic, I'm just thankful we finally got a decent seed.
I know. I was gonna mention it to her before he dropped the seed. Like, please give us a speed seed. I'm tired of doing these hunts. If you guys
Me and
didn't catch
Sonic's
the last
experience.
the last two matches we had were like hour and a half, almost 2 hour long hunts.
Were you rolling your eyes when you found power bombs?
Yeah, a little bit. Because at that point, when I found power bombs but not speed booster, I'm like, oh, this is gonna make me go to sector 6, isn't it? 32 at 16%. That's not bad. I think that's a good way to start a weekend.
GG's.
GG. Good
Good
luck
games.
against Scotty.
I'll need it. I will definitely need it.
All right. Big shout out to Speedrun Gaming for helping us host this tournament. Big shout out to the tournament organizer too. This wouldn't be possible without them.
Absolutely. Thank you, Herc.
Thank you to the ones for putting on a great show for us today. Be sure to follow them on the Twitch accounts. And yeah, I'll be seeing you Saturday and Sunday as well. I think I'm gonna try to mostly be a little bit chill with commentaries, depending on how this next match goes.
Yeah, best of luck. You got a match coming up, huh?
Yep.
Well, good luck in everybody's runs, and I hope you all have a good weekend.
All right. See you next mission.
Bye-bye.
See you.